Hey, I wanted to share some pretty good finds that I got at Home Depot for this project. One being the Works. This is toilet bowl cleaner, and I kind of have a history with this stuff. I may or may not have set off some bombs with this in high school, but I'm not going to tell you how to do that. But this stuff is, it's like 9.5% hydrogen chloride, which as I understand it is hydrochloric acid. Now I looked at muriatic acid that they had at Home Depot, and I said earlier I think that the Home Depot had muriatic acid for $13. That was a lie. It was more like 7 or 8. I don't know why I thought that, but still it's a little too expensive for me. Not that it's expensive, but and it was in a gallon form, you know, that's all you could buy, and I don't need that much. So now that stuff, I think it was like clean something green. I'll look it up and give you the right information, but it was, I think, 20%. Yeah, 20% concentration is what it said. So this is essentially half as powerful, from what I understand, which means I'll just leave it in twice as long. And so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to put, like, I got a little Tupperware container. I'm going to put this stuff down on the bottom, and I'm doing this because these aren't as relic, or as they don't have the patina like I want them to have. And I don't want to go overboard. I really want to take it slow. I just want a little hint, and I want some discoloration, but not a lot. So I took a plastic cup, and cut it, and I'm gonna put these in. Just kind of like set these in the bottom so where the Works doesn't touch them. It just gets the fumes from them. So I'm gonna close it, and I'm sure if you've looked at doing this kind of thing, you're familiar with this idea, concept. So that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, this was less than $2 at Home Depot. I think Walmart has it, wherever you live, whatever price, but it was really inexpensive, and it's hydrochloric acid. So I'm gonna use that, see what happens. So I'll let you know how that goes. Okay, so here's an update on where I'm at. I'm gonna put a picture up of this particular, well, minus this hardware that you see here. I'm gonna put a picture up of what it was like before I used the toilet bowl cleaner. And in particular, you should notice that the bridge plate is now kind of patinaed and got some rustic looking things going on with it. Now some of that, especially in the crevices there, like down in there, is that vinegar and steel wool solution. I could probably rub that off if I wanted to, but this part up here is actual patina. It's like a reaction of the metal. Now, and you'll see some on the bottom too, which I did not really intend to do. I didn't intend to get this bottom part messed up, but as you can see, it kind of is, and some of that seems to be rubbing off. But yeah, so I can't say there was any like magical formula to this. I ended up, putting this stuff in a cup inside a bigger piece of Tupperware with the solution at the bottom, and I let it sit for a while, and I got impatient and I let it sit and sit and sit. It didn't really do anything. So then I started dipping it, and I put, I think, this neck plate and this guy, the input jack, in there, and you can see on the back of this, the chrome actually reacted with it a little bit. Oddly enough, the part that was really scuffed up didn't seem to react with it as much. But anyway, so what I will say is trial and error is truly the best method. And but the way I got the bridge plate to look like this is I actually just took some of the toilet bowl cleaner, the Works. I think I did the whole like paper towel thing where I just put a paper towel over this, or a tissue, and I kind of soaked it and let it sit for a while. And I also put it directly on there. I also tried sort of like wet sanding with the hydrochloric acid, which is, maybe that's a dumb thing to do because I didn't have gloves on, but I still have my hands. So I will note that, again, that is not as powerful as like muriatic acid. It's like half the strength. So in my opinion, that's kind of a good thing, because you don't go overboard as easily. But yeah, it was trial and error, and the thing that reacted the best, I'd have to say, is these, and I would expect that, is these nickel saddles. I really got some good rust. Thankfully, it's only rust like down in the lettering of where the fender stamps are. I didn't want the actual saddle pieces that, where the strings sit. I did not want that to be rusted or really interfere anyway with the string resting on that and translating vibration. So that's that. You can see here the neck plates really got a good kind of patina thing going on, whatever this stuff is, the way the metal reacted. So I'm happy with that. And I'll just kind of throw these on here like so you'll get an idea. Not that it matters. Not that it matters too much, but yeah, so that's kind of the general look, and these will be more like that, I'm sure, as far as they'll be intonated, of course. But yeah, so that's looking good, and I'm in some pretty bright light, so it has some kind of yellowy look going on, but pretty pleased with that. Pretty pleased with everything so far. These, I put in some more, I guess, but I don't notice a whole lot of difference. I'm pretty okay with the way these look now. So one other thing I wanted to tell you about, this is my trim arm. And the only thing I really did, no, I actually did put this in the solution a little bit. I know I at least put it in the vapor kind, like, you know, I set it in there with the vapors working on it, but I did scuff it up really good with some sandpaper. I used some pretty decent stuff. I may have even used like 320 to scuff it up, and I know you're not going to really be able to see it, but it looks pretty good. Actually, I have another arm here to sort of compare it to, so you can tell how shiny the one on the right is versus the one on the left. And I even got some rust going on here, if you can see it. Yeah, it's a little bit of rust down there, which I'm not super excited about, because I want that, you know, that piece of the metal to really maintain its integrity and strength. But I cleaned it off pretty well. I don't think it'll be an issue. I don't think it will continue to rust. I wanted to say real quickly that I knew there was a chemical reaction going on with that Works toilet bowl cleaner or hydrochloric acid, because I put some of this on top of, I think, this input jack, and I just let it rest there for a while, and then I think on its own it started to turn green, but I think I sort of wet sanded it with that hydrochloric acid with about 1,000 grit paper, and I'm pretty sure then it was turning green. And so that's a telltale sign of a chemical reaction, right? I mean, that's how we get the Joker. So yeah, so this stuff, the Works does work as it implies, as the name implies, and I would recommend it for this kind of project. It's cheap and it's the same stuff, but just weaker than muriatic acid. Hey, congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. In all seriousness, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I want to just kind of explain what you saw previously may have seemed a little disjointed, and if you just stumbled upon this video sort of out of nowhere, it may not be, I guess, congruent. So I wanted to just reiterate that I'm making a sort of a grand playlist about a guitar that I'm making, and it's this one. Here's the back. I never show the back, but so there you go. Yeah, and so it's a parts caster, right? So the process was sort of piecemeal, and that I got things in the mail, and as they came, I started working on them, and I kind of knew from the get-go that I wanted to sort of document the process to maybe help anyone who was going through a similar thing or wanted to do something like this, to just try to help you kind of get an idea of what it might take and just some of the things that might be helpful to you. So as I was building said guitar over a period of months, I would sort of take snippets of videos here and there as I went, not really knowing how I was going to put it all together in the end. So now that I'm at the end of the project, I'm going back and trying to sift through those videos and try to organize them into sections of smaller videos that make sense. And so this is not an exact how-to or tutorial series, but it's more like a documentation, lessons learned, and hopefully you can take what I have come across, maybe stumble through, and you can turn it into something that will make your guitar project come out really well. So please check out the playlist. There should be a link at the end of the video, and I'll put one below as well. I don't know how many videos it will be in total, but it will be just kind of stepping through the process. So thanks for watching. Please check out the playlist about this guitar. One of these days I'll even make a video about how it sounds. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.